Hello families, welcome to Let's Play Activities for Families, developed by the BC Ministry of Education. It's for families and caregivers to support their children's early learning experiences through play and having fun. Each play activity connects with one of the living inquiries in the BC Early Learning Framework, which are engagement with others, materials and the world, communication and literacy, identities, social responsibility and diversity, well-being and belonging. Let's Play Activities for Families, as well as a guide for families in the BC Early Learning Framework, can both be found on the BC government website as a download PDF file. Today I'm going to be sharing Let's Play Activities for Families, Set 2, Communication and Literacy. Communication and literacies is all about asking your child about something that they love or something that brings them joy. Playing games with your child, such as board games, card games, or movement games. Singing songs, reading stories, share rhymes, and dance with your child. In set 2, the activity that I have chosen is triangles, squares, circles. Why? Because through this experience, children will learn to build, create, and design using different materials and techniques. They'll be curious about vocabulary, shape concepts, and spoken language. They'll engage in sound and wordplay. They'll use form, numbers, patterns, and measurements in meaningful contexts. Shapes, patterns, and sequence can be particularly engaging for children who like predictability and routines. This activity can be played in a variety of ways to support their interests. First, you need to create the environment. You can cut shapes out of felt, out of paper, out of cardboard, whatever you have. You can start with simple shapes as triangles, squares, circles, or even rectangles. And any shape that your child likes. If they want a star, cut out a star. Make it engaging for your children. Have them cut them, help them draw them, really let them be part of creating the shapes. Place these shapes in front of your children and observe how they look at them and how they play with them. And then you could start by introducing them to patterns. So a pattern would be like a triangle, a square, a triangle. What would come next in a pattern? Triangle, square, triangle, square. Start out with a very simple pattern, and once they get the idea of pattern, then you can throw in another shape like triangle, square, circle, triangle, square, and circle to make it more challenging. You could also play a game of what shape is missing. Start out with a few shapes, have them close their eyes and take one away. Ask them what's missing. If 3 shapes is too simple, you could add another shape, a rectangle. Start by taking 1 shape away, then you can take 2 shapes away. You can even use different colors. You could have 3 circles, red, blue, green, and ask them what color and shape is missing. You could also play a guessing game. I have 4 sides. What am I? A square. I have 3 sides. What am I? A triangle. Have lots of fun with that. Shapes can be very engaging. You can make pictures with shapes. Shapes can be played anywhere. They could be inside by cutting, gluing, pasting. You can make Play-Doh and use cookie cutters to cut out the shapes, or just mold the shapes with your hands. A great activity for children with Play-Doh. You could also look at their toys and ask them what shapes do they see. What shape is a wheel? What shape is, how about your coffee cup? the top of it. What about a box of cereal? What shape is that? Here next is an example of a children's drawing shapes, a triangle, circle, rectangle. Remember when they first start drawing, compliment them. Don't point out the mistakes and just go, oh, I see that you really tried to draw a rectangle or a triangle. Remember, at this age, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just have to encourage the trying. Here's an example of children who have cut out their own shapes of triangles, circles, rectangles, and they've made pictures. So they've made a picture of houses, trucks, cars. Remember to give your children lots of shapes, and if they're able to cut them, let them cut them. If they're able to draw them, let them draw them, and they can make pictures of anything they want. Let it be really engaging. Here's an example of when you can go outside or inside on a shape hunt. You can go to your neighborhood park and you can find clouds up in the sky. What shape are they? A basketball hoop, a circle, a rock, an oval, rectangles, squares. Just have lots of fun with that. Take some pictures, or even let your child take some pictures and then identify them. Same thing with at home. Look at your toys and see what shapes your child knows, and let them take pictures again and point them out. And if you notice shapes that you can share with them, that you could point them out, like spears and ovals and triangles and cylinders, and just use lots of vocabulary and descriptive words with your children. Also, here's an example of Play-Doh shapes. So you can make different colors of Play-Doh, have your children mold it, squish it, and shape it into the shapes. And then you could label them for them, or they could label them, or you could just talk about them. Here's another, you could have the dollar store sells little containers of shapes already. You could put a whole bunch on the table and have your child glue and paste and do patterns with them. And the patterns could be diagonally, straight across. It could be a big square, a medium square, a small square, any way that they want to do. Just let them have lots of fun with it. I hope you enjoyed these activities. All these activities that I just shared with you are actually my students in Surrey Strong Start engage in this activity with me, and these are the ideas that the families came up. They really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy it as well. You can further explore triangles, squares, and circles at your Surrey Public Library with books Circle Square Moves by Kelly Bingham, Paulo Zelensky. Another book would be Shapes by Shelley Rotner and Anne Wildhill, photographed by Shelley Rotner. Starfish, what shapes are grapes? What shapes are a lollipop? A musical instrument, a triangle. They also have a collection of CDs for your computer. This is Make Learning Fun, Shapes, and again, check out your Surrey Public Libraries for engaging books to engage your children in a world full of shapes.